So if this is the market cycle peak, which again I don't think it is, then it would at least be diminishing returns is true. If it's not the market cycle peak, and then we end up not peaking for the rest of the year, and then we start to move up in 2022, and we put in new all-time highs in say 2022 or even later in 2021, but we're not going to a market cycle peak, then we could say, well, lengthening cycles is true, but maybe diminishing returns is not true because there's still a chance we could go to $300,000 by the end of the cycle. I think that $300,000 is a little bit too far-fetched, especially with the idea of diminishing returns, but that's where we are today. Okay, if this is the market cycle peak, which I don't think it is, that means diminishing returns was true. If it's not the market cycle peak, then we need to wait a while longer. And this is what I keep saying, time is on our side. I think Bitcoin just needs time. We're going to consolidate for a while. We're getting to the part of the chart where I think we should have been anyways, whether we just go sideways and hit it, whether we just spend a while consolidating, whether we have slightly lower prices. I don't really think it's that relevant to the idea that things will take longer to reach these higher valuations than a lot of people think that a lot of people think it might. So, what if it does something like that? I mean, what if it goes up to say like a like a 30 to 40x, maybe like a 40x ROI from market cycle bottom? Note that the market cycle bottom for Bitcoin was around $3,100, so about a 40x from there would be around 120k. I think the price of Bitcoin could peak around 120 to 140k this market cycle, but I just don't think that's going to happen in 2021. If it happens in 2021, then I will be pleasantly surprised. Okay, I'll be pleasantly surprised. And I will be happy if it really is just as simple as buying your Bitcoin, right before the halving, and then just riding it for a couple of years and rinsing and repeating every 4 years from now and forever until all the supply is out. But I don't think that's what's going to happen. So maybe we do something like this. I don't know if we're going to come down or not. Maybe we just go sideways. But I do ultimately see a market cycle peak somewhere out here rather than somewhere over here. Okay. I think this is a lot more likely and is in line with diminishing returns and lengthening cycles.